This is only a test. Had this been a real emergency, you had been instructed to kiss your ass goodbye.
That's the most professional sounding voice we've ever had here.
No, I know. And I can't believe she came and sullied herself.
Hey! Might have to take a shower when I get out. I'm just kidding.
It's probably not a good idea, or not a bad idea.
No, it's not a bad idea. I did clean the table off though. I didn't know there was. I didn't know there was some like
foreign
funky
substance,
funky foreign substance on it. And Levi put his arm in it the last podcast.
No, that's not fun.
No
Stickiness is no good on tables.
Yeah.
No matter where you are.
How could you worry about what your headphones look like when you wear them every single day?
Because I'm not usually getting
Are you recording
videotaped
video?
every single day.
Shit.
Thank goodness.
dumb bastard.
It's ready though.
Awesome. Oh, look at you. Got a little handheld remote control over there.
So how do you worry about what your headphones? You say your head.
I'm not worried, but I don't want to look like a goofball because when I'm on the radio, nobody sees me with my headphones on.
I
So
know.
it's not like a normal thing that I'm usually getting photographed or anything with my headphones on.
You are in the land of goofballs.
Yeah. Welcome.
So-
Woohoo.
I'm surprised you thought highly enough of me to.
Come on, you know I think highly of you.
Jeopardize your reputation of coming on the
Well,
podcast.
if we could keep the F word down to about, half.
I will do my best.
How in the fuck?
Do you expect me to do that? No, me the
for
way
some
you do.
stupid reason, because my good friend Susan Melton worked with me at the radio station on the country station, Big Country Hits 102.9. For some reason, me saying fuck
Just became your rep.
became an endearing thing to a lot of people, and
did.
I'm trying to figure it out because that doesn't happen with everybody.
No.
It's just something about how you emphasize the you or where you're.
I don't know if
It's-
you even realized how often you said it, which is the
I know.
endearing part.
It's also
like,
intent.
Smitty is swearing again.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's also intent.
That's true.
And
What do you
it's just part of your personality. And you're not being mean, you're not being vulgar. It's just a word you use.
lot.
Occasionally.
A
You're
lot.
not being mean. Occasionally.
When it is brought to my attention exactly how much I say it, I'm always like, oh, maybe I should stop.
Oh, heck no.
Then I'm like, fuck, why? Why would I tried because now I bartend, right? Mm-hmm. I was thinking the other day as well, because I'm not on the radio anymore. I was thinking that the bartending thing is my new radio show because I get
you have
patrons into the bar,
personalities and all that
especially
right in front of you.
Especially if we're not busy and I can spend time shooting the shit with people. That's like my radio show, and it's just nothing but back and forth, and we're shooting the shit. But it's fun talk, and I'm entertaining these people, and they're having fun while they're drinking beer. They're going to come back. That's my new radio show.
Right.
There you go.
And you're also you're putting on a performance a little bit.
And you get bigger tips that way, too, I bet.
I've noticed.
Good.
I've noticed, especially because now I'm put in situations where I'm at the bar by myself more. It's slow hours. I'm one of the managers now, and I'm starting to do manager shifts as well because I'm starting to figure out the paperwork, which fucking took forever. But so now they're trusting me to be there by myself when it's slow, and I'm like, cool. I had a point to that whole fucking story. I don't remember what it was.
Well, you get to meet interesting people, though, I'm sure.
That's my new radio
There
show.
you
That was the
go.
point of that whole story.
There you go. You know what? If you ever go back on the radio after that, then you will have so much stored up of things that you could talk about of people.
That's what this is for.
That's true. That you meet or, have told you incredible stories or made stuff up.
Yeah. Do you get the itch to do radio shows? Because I did, and then I kind of lost that a little bit. And especially when I started doing this podcast thing, I'm like, oh, I can totally use that for an outlet.
Uh-huh.
Do you itch to do radio shows?
Different from what I do right now, you mean?
No, I'm saying, do you?
I
get
look
the
forward
urge-
to being on the air every day.
like if
Look
you're
forward
on
to it.
vacation, did you get the itch?
Oh, yeah, I sort of have withdrawals.
Yeah.
A little bit. Just because I love music. I love talking about music. I like talking to people about music.
Yeah, but that's country music. That doesn't even
Shut
count.
up!
That doesn't count.
This is the best thing to have. When my last day on the station, Was it my last day?
It was your last
Was it my
day.
last
It was
day?
your last
Doing my
show.
last show, and she sent me a voicemail. No, wait, it was a video. It was an audio file.
clip.
She just sent it via Facebook of her saying
That-
"Happy fucking birthday" and "fucking we're gonna miss you." And I bleeped it all and played it on the air. But like nobody ever hears Susan Melton
Say that.
fuck.
I must have said it at least 7 or 8 times in one sentence. So
And
it
it
was
means you
in your
meant it.
honor. It was
I know.
in your honor.
No, I was trying to sit through. Anytime I would want to listen to you, because I would always just want to tune in and just hear Susan's voice. I'd have to sit through the music, and it was like,
It's not that bad.
yeah, it is. But no, you love it.
I do
You
love
love doing because you also work with St. Jude heavily.
Oh, yes.
So you go to all these shows and go backstage and get guitars to
signed.
auction off to St. Jude. So you go to all the shows. You meet all of the artists. Like, who the fuck have you not met that you want to meet?
That I want to meet?
Yeah.
There isn't anybody yet. There isn't anybody right now.
Because you've done all the big ones. You've
I
done Garth Brooks and Alan Jackson and all that shit.
Yeah, all those. And then I just met Luke Combs. He was the last one that I
He
hadn't
doesn't
met.
count either.
Anyways, he was super nice. But yeah, they're really, I'm blessed, lucky that I have, Garth was my, top of my bucket list,
Yeah.
and then he retired. And I was doing country at the time when he retired. I'm like, are you serious? I didn't even get a chance to see him, and now he's not going to play anymore. When he came back, I was so ecstatic. And meeting him was probably one of my highlights of my career. It was very cool.
You know what is? Because I think you are one of my favorite people on the planet. You really are. You're such a sweet person. But you are. I want every time I tell a salesperson, somebody will be bitching about Susan.
Who?
Somebody. This has happened historically over the last several years. But when I say bitching about you, because they're not getting what they want necessarily.
Oh, well, too bad then.
They'll say Susan is giving me shit about this thing that I want to do, and my
Defense.
line that I have in my pocket is because she knows what the fuck she wants on the station. She knows how she wants this to sound. She knows what the fuck she wants to do, and if anybody fucks with that, you're on the bad end of it.
That's pretty much true.
We were talking about it today, and you were saying basically the same thing.
I was. I'm super hyper focused on wanting to be a good radio station. And I know that if you're going to give me something to put on the air that isn't helping the listener and it's only helping your pocketbook, I'm sorry. I realize we're in the business to make money.
No current salespeople bitch about you. Just
I hope not. I don't know. Not that I know of anyways. But I just want the station to be the best that it can be. And if there's things that I think cross the line, I don't want them on.
No, that's why I like you.
Thanks.
Yeah, it is. Another, we're really good friends, and we have a complete different relationship than like my brothers or the other guy friends that I have, because all of our relationships, I was watching a past podcast that we did with Ryan Markham, who's in here. All of our relationships are based on ball busting. That whole thing, like, I don't ever see you bust anybody's balls. It is always super sweet and like, what can I do for you today? And
I try not to.
You're one of the few relationships that I have of really good friends that I don't do the bust balls thing with, and I don't know how I'm gonna.
I do appreciate it.
Get through this podcast. I start talking shit about country music, and you're like, no,
it's good. You just have to listen. You're just not listening to the right songs.
Oh no, I've listened.
I like it. But then I like rock too,
Oh, yeah.
How many Snapchats have I sent you with me jamming out to Jets Are You Gonna Be My Girl? I love that song.
I always want to capture them, but I don't know how because I'm stupid and I don't know how Snapchat works. I don't know if I can capture that and save it because I always want to post it.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad you can't. It's fun for me, though. I'm like, I got to Snapchat Smitty.
I was, last night, it was close to midnight, and I was pooping.
Thanks for sharing.
You're welcome. You were going to want to wait for it because I think this is a funny story, but I ran out of toilet paper.
Oh, no.
Oh, shit. And for one, probably 5-second period, I was panicking because I didn't know where the toilet paper was. I thought it was way out of reach and I wasn't going to be able to reach it. And I thought what I was going to do was I might have to call Levi to come get me some toilet paper. And I was just thinking about yelling, Levi! Levi ran out of toilet paper. He's sleeping. It's fucking midnight. He has to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. And I was just like, I wonder how that would go if I just started yelling, Levi, I need toilet paper. Please, wake up.
I would have been very upset.
But you would have done it because he's your bro.
No, I would have said
use your hand.
It's in the closet or it's in the cabinet. You idiot.
I was just thinking if I just kept yelling just because I thought it was funny. Like how that, it was like when I yelled at fire to Dad at midnight on April Fool's, and I just go, Dad, fire. It was like that, where you just want to see what happens.
Oh.
Are you going to actually get up and bust the door down and say it's right fucking there, or are you just going to
Yell from
No,
the
I
bedroom.
would have probably disgustedly just replied, it's in the cabinet.
right
in front of
next
you.
to where you're sitting.
Yeah.
I was thinking about, I was on the toilet last night crying, laughing, because I found the toilet paper immediately. Like I said, it was 5 seconds. I was like,
I'm just going to say right now that do not expect that that's never going to happen to you because I can already see somewhere down the road
I'm sure
that he's going to have to test it out.
he's going to be
just
confused
see.
about something.
just, sorry, I smoked a bowl and I don't know where the goddamn colander is, and I'm trying to make lasagna
Yeah.
at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, you can help me out, right?
You'll never make lasagna at 1 o'clock in the morning.
You
You
know.
might make spaghetti.
Yeah,
but-
well, lasagna is a little time consuming.
Yeah.
Remind me that
There's far too many steps for you to make lasagna.
Remind me that there's a staple or something in this rug.
A staple or something.
Yeah, in this rug
All right.
underneath my feet because I had bare feet and I almost really just jabbed it in there.
Ow.
Yeah. I could make lasagna at
I
1
hope
o'clock
you
in
have
the
a
morning.
tetanus shot.
I mean, I have flip flops on, but I can feel it.
Have you ever made lasagna?
Yeah.
When was the last time you made lasagna?
I don't know, a couple years ago.
A couple years ago?
It
Yeah.
takes a little
I
amount of
know,
time.
I know. It takes about an
Yeah.
hour to prepare.
You don't even have, you'd have to go to the store and buy the ingredients for it.
Not if I already bought it, and I planned on making it at fucking 1 o'clock in the morning.
I don't think that's going to happen. Luckily, I'm
You-
out of the woods on that.
I don't know. I think you might be surprised.
He's going to do it out of
Just-
spite.
No, I will
Exactly.
absolutely
Just
do it
do
out of
it out of
spite.
spite.
It'll be the best goddamn lasagna you ever had in your life.
No, I make
That's the new recipe, 2 a.m. lasagna.
I make some pretty rad lasagna. So
Not at 2 a.m.
no, at a normal person's time,
Before a meal hour
Yeah.
or two.
sometime between 4 and 6:30 p.m. Yeah,
I can make it at 1 o'clock in the morning.
If you so choose, you can. Yeah. You would have to then stay up, though, and wait for it to get done because it doesn't cook quickly.
No,
Lasagna is a little
No,
time
my
consuming
whole-
to make, and then you got to cook it.
my whole idea now that, I'm working later hours, I'm getting off at 11, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, whatever. And now that we've talked about it in the last podcast, now that we actually have room and I'm, with any luck, not going to wake anybody up while I'm cooking, I'm going to cook more, prepare shit and put it in the
Gotcha.
fridge so we can put it in the oven later.
you'll wake me up when you go to pull it out of the oven, and your high ass forgets the fucking oven mitt and grabs the pan and goes, ah!
Not that bad.
You've done it before.
Yeah, but I was sober.
So I totally expect you to make.
That's not a Nate thing, though. That's just a person thing. People forget to do shit like that on occasion.
Well, you could get it all like prepared and then put it in the pan and put it in the freezer or put it in the refrigerator to cook later or
Yeah.
the next day or whatever.
Yeah, cooking lasagna is sketchy at 2 in the morning, but making it.
Yeah, because you don't want to pass out and then all of a sudden there's smoke coming from the
Yeah.
stove.
Plus, the problem now is he has these 2 cast iron pans that he keeps in the oven. And I haven't made anything in the oven yet, but I told him 100% of the time, I am going to forget that shit is in there.
I've used the oven 3 times, left them in there twice.
It's
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it doesn't ruin them or anything. They're just going to get really hot and whatever. It's not going to hurt them.
Yeah, but it's just,
What?
then I have to worry about seasoning them again. and
No,
do-
no, that's like if you leave a little bit of oil in the pan,
That cooks off, though.
after a while. But if you just leave it in the pan and heat it at 350 for 10 minutes or whatever, then that continues to season the pan.
Yeah. You'll be okay. You're okay. It's all good.
Here's how little I know about the seasoning of cast iron. For the longest time, I actually thought it
You put
meant
like salt,
seasoning.
pepper.
Yeah, like
Oh,
thyme in it or something stupid.
What'd you season
It's like,
your
what the fuck do
pan
you,
with?
What do you season
Garlic?
it with? What do you season it? See, you're great at busting balls.
I'm sorry.
You just got to dip into that well every once in a
little
while.
bit.
Yeah.
Well, you learn something new every day, and now you know.
But you
That's not
could
how you
season it with
season
garlic.
You
Could season it
probably
with
could. Garlic oil.
Garlic oil.
Yeah.
There's so many good infused oils nowadays too. You can
That's true.
pick
Have you ever
something
cooked with
tasty
infused
out.
oils? Oh man, it makes a fucking ton of difference. Next time you go to Lucky's, go look for some infused oil. I'm sure they have it there.
I would have
Garlic
to,
infused oil or something.
I would only buy it for a specific recipe, though. I wouldn't just get it to get it and have it.
Well, I mean, it's like having olive oil. You
Yeah, you
fucking
just get
put it
some
in
and
like
next time you're shopping, just pick one up and
Yeah.
just to have it. And then next time you cook, you go, I wonder what it would taste like with that.
yeah.
That makes reasonable sense.
Reasonable.
But I
Once in a
still won't
while.
do it. I still won't do it.
Why wouldn't you?
I don't go to Lucky's anyway. I decided that probably my go-to grocery store is going to be Save-A-Lot now. As much as I hate
Why?
the idea of going to Save-A-Lot,
Like food there? Don't you go to Costco?
for a few things, everything at Costco is such a large
Bulk.
package
Yeah. So bulk.
that it would be a waste of money, especially just the two of us. Like, I only buy things at Costco that will not go bad.
Oh, like Metamucil and toilet paper.
Yes.
You laugh, but
And
I mean, look, when he comes,
Buying bulk Metamucil, you need to work on your food.
it's two
it's,
big ass.
it's way cheaper
cartons
than
of
buying it at
Metamucil.
Meyer.
Oh my God.
Look, we're both on a Metamucil regiment, so
Okay.
daily.
No, oh my gosh, really?
Yeah.
You are
You ever
not
tried
eating
it?
the right foods.
Have you ever? That's not
I don't
necessarily
need
true.
it.
Look, I'm telling you what. I don't know what your poops are like, but I tell you what.
I don't want to go
Just
into
like
that kind of a podcast.
heaping teaspoon of Metamucil and a glass of that once a day, you poops are so great. And regular.
And this public service announcement has been brought to you by SmittyDick's. I'm sorry. Wednesday Metamucil.
Which, by the way, Susan made me this rad SmittyDick's hat.
It's pretty rad.
Yeah,
It is
I like
pretty
that a
rad.
lot. It's
I
one of my
think it
favorite
turned out
things.
really good.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite things.
Nice.
You're gonna have to get a hold of people. Who made that? Who made that for you? Quick.
It was the store that Music Masters is in downtown Sheboygan, but there's like a printing place in the back of it. So I don't even know what the name of the printing place is. I just know it was in Sheboygan downtown.
I thought about getting a hold of them to order multiple.
Yeah,
of
because
them
they
I
have
like them
the
so much.
because they have it. You know what I mean? So they don't have to recreate whatever the stitches and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
it should be cheaper because they already have the design.
You do something really cool. You do that. Is it just called Sidewalk Chalk Project?
That is what it's called.
Sidewalk
Chalk
Chalk Project.
Project, yeah.
I'm sure there's people. Well, maybe not listening because like 2 people watch this podcast or listen to it, but. People walking down the sidewalk. You did it today at Right Brain.
did.
Sidewalk outside of Right Brain in Traverse City. You know, inspirational messages. The type of stuff Levi would make fun of.
Oh, Levi.
Probably not.
Well,
I would, I probably wouldn't make fun of it, but I would walk past it and not acknowledge it.
Okay. Well, I guess that's better than making fun of it. Just being oblivious.
no, that is true. But it is one of the most like impressive, dedicated things I've seen from anybody ever. And I'm not making this up. Like you are about to hit 9 years
Yes, on May
of
30th.
chalking a message
Every day.
every day
Every day.
for 9 years. That
Every
is
single day.
3,285 chalks
Yes.
in 3,000 in like 2,900
yeah,
days.
because some
or something
days
like
I
that.
do more than one. Like today I did 2, so I count it as a sidewalk, but obviously it's not a new day. It's the same day. So that's why there's more sidewalks than there are chalks, because some days I'll do more than one.
I never thought I'd have to ask anybody in my life, how much chalk do you go through in a year?
Oh,
In a year, how much chalk do you go through?
I tried to figure it out once, and probably over $100 worth of chalk every year. I don't know. And then some people, nice people like Smitty, will send me chalk, and once in a while I get a box of chalk in the mail, and I just stock up on it. My husband thinks I have a problem because there's this pile about this high in the basement, about this wide. It's just boxes of chalk that I haven't used yet. They're just sitting there because when I see some new colors or whatever I want to try, then I get more chalk.
No, they are super nice to run across. Like, there's been times where, I have no idea that my Susan Melton radar was not on, and I didn't know you were anywhere around. And
then you walk across one?
Yeah, and I would be like, oh, look at that.
Who's been here? Susan
my
was
God.
here. Why didn't you tell me?
Didn't you just...
I'm stealthy.
You've had a couple of news pieces done about you.
I have had. The first year, Jack O'Malley was doing Jack's Journal on 9 and 10 News, and so he came out and interviewed me about the project. And I've been in the Alpena newspaper, the Marquette newspaper, because my husband's from the UP, and I went up there and they caught me chalking, and the news person said, "Hey, we want to do a story on you next time you come up." So I did, and they did a story on it. I was in the Record Eagle the first year I was in. I've been in the Grand Traverse Women's magazine, and just got interviewed by the Traverse magazine folks, and been in the Sheboygan paper a couple of times.
One of my favorite things is we went to Memphis together to go to St. Jude, and it's how like your chalk brain works. I like to call it Susan's chalk brain, because we're walking down the sidewalk going to eat breakfast. I think it was the middle of the day, wherever the hell we were going to in Memphis. And I was talking, and then I realized I was talking to myself, which I do a lot, but usually not when I'm walking and talking with somebody else. And I turn around, and you were like 20 feet behind me on your hands and knees doing a chalk thing. Like, she just, whoops. She's like,
I just stopped.
That'll work. It just stops and starts chalking.
Well, because, not all sidewalks are created equal, and some of them are nicer than others because they have that nice smooth top on them, and so I love those, and whenever, if I can find one like that, I try to chalk on it, but yeah, it just depends on, I've chalked in other states too, so just try to find someplace smooth and where people will see it.
Why are you so dedicated to it?
Number one, it helps me.
Yeah.
It helps me every day because I'm always looking for something positive to chalk. So that keeps my mind looking towards the positive.
Yeah.
And I think, or at least I hope, that it helps other people who may be having a bad day and just, looking down and see something about smiling or don't give up or whatever. Today I did believe in yourself. And so I just keep doing it because I want to make a difference. And the world is so fucked up. Sorry. It's so, it is.
Apologizing too.
I don't know. My one viewer. It's a mess. And I think if we can do anything to make each other feel better, then that's what we should be doing,
Well, that's another thing you're working huge on, because I saw you today because you were in Traverse City. You have to refresh my memory.
The Out of the Darkness Walk, which is in September. Last year was the first year they did it to raise money for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Yeah. So I signed up and walked last year in honor of my nephew, who I lost to suicide. Yeah. And I also walked for myself because I have been there. And it's scary. It's scary to even admit that I've been there, because you think, you don't want people to think you need to get checked into a hospital or whatever. And when I was going through this, right before I started the Sidewalk Chalk Project, I was in the darkest place I have ever been in, and scary. I didn't even want to talk about it for the longest time. The more I talk about it, though, the more people that come out and say, thank you for talking about that, because I felt that way. So that's why I talk about it. But because I've been in that situation, and because I've lost people that way to the mental health thing, I think it's important to keep the conversation going. And so that's why I'm involved with the Out of the Darkness Walk, because that's what they do. They raise money to go into schools and to go into businesses and to teach people how to look for the signs and how to get somebody help that they think might be suffering. And that's such a big thing, because you have to know that you're not alone. Yeah. And that's what scares, I think, most people.
What we were talking at Right Brain, before we came and did this podcast, and you were saying how, when I don't think you said awkward. That's not the word, but it's uncomfortable thing to talk about. So, but it's like there's no other way.
There isn't.
You can't. It's not a comfortable conversation.
It's not. It's not comfortable to say I was suicidal. I almost killed myself more than once.
Yeah.
It's not easy to admit that. It really, still to this day, it's not easy to admit that.
It'd be a lot easier for people to admit if more people would admit it, because I feel like more people than will admit have thought about it.
Oh, I bet you.
Because I think there's levels of seriousness.
Yes, there definitely is.
I thought about it before when I broke up with my girlfriend at the time. And I was going through months of suck, and I thought about jumping off the Mackinac Bridge, but I don't know how serious I was, but I sure as fuck thought about it.
Yeah. And I think there's a lot of people out there, and it's okay to have those thoughts. It is. You have to let yourself feel. You have to let yourself go through the emotions you're going through, but you can't get stuck there. And that's the big thing, is you got to figure out a way. And for me, it was the sidewalk thing. You got to figure out a way to give your life a purpose, to give yourself a purpose, to give yourself a reason to keep going. And I had 2 kids. I have 2 kids.
Yeah.
They were, the top of my reason list. But I'm telling you what, at a time, I thought they might be better off without me. And it, as hard as it is to say that, you have to know that you have a purpose in this world and look for it. You got to keep finding it. You have to keep looking for it.
It's so hard for people who haven't really, like I said, I feel like more people have thought about it than will admit, but they won't even admit those feelings within themselves. So when you say that, I thought my kids would be better off without me, I don't know your kids, and I know them a little bit, but I don't know them that well to know that they would say, well, I wonder why she would think that. I don't understand that at all. It's
your head. The mind, honestly, it does. You have to be careful what your inner mind is doing. I always have to be careful of that, because it's easy for me to spiral. And luckily, I have a good support system, and I've learned a lot of things over the last couple of years that have definitely helped me get out of that. But you have to learn your own signs, of, okay, I'm doing this again. I don't want to do this again. Do something to flip it around, to get out of it.
Have you had anybody, since you've been chalking, that has said, you know what? I was having one of those days. I was having a day where I was like, I don't know how many more days I'm going to make it. I can't fucking deal with this anymore. And then I saw one of your chalks. Have you ever had any of those?
I have. Or? I've gotten several because I have it on a Facebook page, so people will message me on there. And I have gotten some comments from people that were just, it was the worst day. And then I came across this.
Yeah.
Or I saw that somewhere, and it just made me feel better and made my day turn around. And so I get that.
Do you ever have days where you're just like, you know what? Have you ever said, I'm not doing this anymore? And
nope.
Then no?
No. Not even when I'm sick. And trust me, I've been sick over the last 9 years. I will get up and chalk in my own driveway. I literally do not want to ever miss a day.
Vomit and
runny nose and coughing all over the place. But it's important to me for my own self, and then I think it's important for other people to see it. I want to put it out there.
You have grandkids now. Talking about,
I have one. She's so cute.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's that like?
You know what? It is the bomb. Everybody says being a grandparent is the greatest. It is the greatest. I absolutely love her to pieces, but I'm not her mom, so I don't have to be the teacher. Well, I teach her, but you know what I mean? I don't have to be the discipliner, and I don't have to be the, up at 2 a.m. and all that stuff, even though we'll take turns and, help out. But she is so special, and I love watching her grow up and learn and just see the expansion of her knowledge on a daily basis. She's so smart. And, kids, they're like sponges, they say, and they pick it all up.
Yeah.
And she just loves music, and she loves the movie Sing, because there's so much music in it. That's like her favorite movie. But she just is starting to talk a little bit, and she's 15, 16 months old. So
I'm a firm believer. We've talked about it before, But I'm a firm believer that my parents, because they have grandkids now, my brother Josh and his wife have 3. My sister Stephanie has 1. I'm a firm believer that they love their grandkids way more than they ever loved us.
Oh, that's
100%.
crap.
No, it's not. You know you love that kid more than your kids.
Oh, absolutely not. I don't. But it is a different kind of love. I don't know how to explain it. I would do anything for my kid or granddaughter, and it is a little bit. There's a special bond, and I had it with my grandmother too. And I don't know, how to explain it, but there's a special bond, and maybe it just has to do with the fact that I'm not the authoritarian or whatever. I'm the fun. Let's go to grandma. She's the fun.
when you're a grandparent, you only have to show the positive emotions. You don't have to show the hatred for their stupid behavior. When you're a parent,
Grandma Smith used to tell me all the time, "You are being a fucking idiot right now." Not like
Really?
that. I mean, she didn't say that. Probably something rivaling as mean, but maybe less vulgar.
But you were probably being an idiot.
Well,
a lot
yeah.
of the time.
I think.
It was well deserved.
Yeah, usually. Well, Grandma Smith was kind of a terrible person.
Why do you whisper that? Who do you think's going to hear you?
Look, nobody's going to hear me.
Everyone's going to hear you.
No, everybody is nobody.
Okay.
Anyway, Grandma Smith was a terrible person.
Well, maybe she had her own issues you just didn't know about.
Oh, I'm sure of that. I'm sure of that. No, what I was going to say was, I think that parents' ultimate goals is not necessarily to raise good kids. That's what they want to do as well. But they want to have their kids raise good kids. That's the ultimate goal.
Yeah.
Can you be a good? I raise a good parent and will fucking contribute to society?
Yes.
Rather than
You
the
do,
idiocracy shit that's happening.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want my kids to have.
I feel like
happy
that's the
kids.
bigger goal. Can you continue the name in a respectful way?
Yeah, you want to raise kids that contribute to society, that make a difference in whatever it is that they happen to be doing. But you want that for your grandkids too. I don't know. Yeah, I hope that I taught my kids enough so that they can be good parents. I tried to be a good parent, the best that I could be, and I don't know. Sometimes I think I sucked at it. Sometimes I think I was terrible, but I did the best I could. So
I met your kids. You did
They're
fine.
Okay.
Yeah. So you did your interview with Travers Magazine that comes out in August?
In August, it'll be in the August issue. So not sure that. Think it comes out the last week in July.
Okay.
And then she said it was too long because it's only a page in the magazine that they're going to upload the rest of the interview.
She said it was too long. You didn't. You could have. Did you say? Why'd you ask me all these fucking questions?
Well, I mean, you only have a page worth of space. You can't write. I don't know. But so they're gonna put it on their website or whatever, so you can read the whole thing later after the same time or whatever. So
cool. Other than that, afternoons out Big Country. You got the walk, the Out of the Darkness walk in September. Somebody wants to walk in it. How do they go about doing that?
Well, actually, I have a team. So, and it's posted on our Facebook page. So if you go to 1029 Big Country Facebook, it's in fact I pinned it to the top of the page so you can see it, or it's on our website 1029bigcountry.com, and just click on it, sign up. I mean, it's a great cause, and more people need to get out and get help. Because it's a important. You're hearing more about the mental health issues, but not nearly as much as you hear about physical issues that people are having. It's the same. You got to take care of your brain. It's the same way you take care of the rest of your body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just honestly
You're so quiet.
I'm real time.
Is he always this quiet?
Some days.
No, I think when we have guests on that he knows that I have a thing with, that we just talk.
Okay.
Especially if he's never met him before. I'm not saying that you don't clam up with people you don't know. I don't think that at all. But people that I know that he doesn't know, I just think he lets it go.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
I also hate everything and everybody today.
Oh, okay then.
Just
There's
today.
that.
Just today.
Oh, just today?
Just today. So I did threaten to stab somebody at work. So
It's only a mild threat. Look, I will fucking stab you.
If you don't get out of my
Yeah.
face right now.
It's a mild stab threat.
yeah. So
All right. Well, other than that, this will be iTunes hopefully tonight, and then Buzzsprout for no iPhone, and then YouTube.
You don't like any country music at all?
You know what? I
only
sat
pre
through.
1992.
Really?
Oh no, this is a funny story actually, because a couple
God.
nights ago, I'm dicking around with this new music streaming app that I use on my phone. I had Apple, but I'm going more Google based, so I got Google Play. And I don't know why, but I was I'd heard a couple older like early '90s, late '80s country songs, and I was like, oh, this isn't like I remember that. Not hating this, like there was a time where I didn't totally hate country music. I actually went through a
Phase?
redneck
You went
phase
through a
when
phase?
I was like 18,
Did
and I tried to
you?
listen to Garth Brooks and shit, and NASCAR. That didn't fucking happen because it was all stupid. But
Nah, yeah, you can keep your NASCAR, but I'll keep the country music.
yeah, so the other night I was like, you know what? I'm going to play his playlist because I've been playing music when I go to sleep. I'm going to play this country music playlist. I woke up like 5 in the morning, woke up to whatever fucking song that was, and I said, well, this is dumb. I'm turning this off. Next day, he's like, dude, I don't know what to tell you. When I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning and I heard Toby Keith fucking Wish You Were a Cowboy or some shit.
Should have been a
fucking
cowboy.
coming to your
Come on, that was the most played country song on jukeboxes in the 90s.
None of those motherfuckers are actually cowboys, Susan. Toby Keith is not a fucking cowboy. All right? That's why I hate.
Wait, that's your problem with it? Is that the country artists
They're
aren't country?
So much posers. Look, here's the thing. Here's why I hate motherfuckers with cowboy hats, because I watch Yellowstone now.
Oh,
Have
it's
you
such a
watched?
good
Great show. Great
Oh,
show.
such a good
but
show.
those are actual cowboys, and I
Yeah.
respect actual cowboys. So if you're not a fucking actual cowboy, take the hat off because it's not fucking Halloween.
Well, you know what? A lot of them have taken the hats off, but yeah, they still
It's
sing.
because they're not cowboys.
Well, yeah,
They're
true. There's not
they're
a lot
pop
of
singers.
Some of them
They're
are, but
pop
there are
singers.
some of them that are totally,
No, there's some of
come
them that
from
I respect
farms and
more.
they.
Some of them that I respect more than others. Like I respect Zach Brown Band.
Good
I
stuff.
respect Chris Stapleton, even though it's not the music that I gravitate towards.
Yeah,
But
they have farms.
I was trying my best not to hurt your feelings talking shit about country music.
Okay, I'll live.
Well, thank you so much for coming on.
I want to know why you don't like Nickelback either.
the same reason.
Go into that.
God
whole-
damn it.
Same
Are you
reason.
serious?
I'm not a huge Nickelback fan either, but I love Shinedown, and you do not like
No,
Shinedown.
it's the
I
same thing. It
love
might as well be the
Shinedown.
same band.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Shinedown is so much better than Nickelback. Bleh.
That doesn't
Look,
take much.
Yeah, I'll listen to Shinedown before I listen to Nickelback, but
Oh my gosh. Well, I like Metallica too.
Look, here's the thing. You're welcome to like all your country and all the Nickelback. That doesn't change my opinion of you.
Okay, good.
No. I still think you're a smart,
Thank you.
funny, sweet person.
Thank you.
One of my favorites.
Thank you. Thank you for having me too, because this was fun.
If you don't get fired for being on this or
I hope not.
ostracized from your friends' lives for being on this podcast, then you can come on again at some point.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds like a plan.
Cool, Susan. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
Nice.